I see you with your lipstick on. I'm looking out for cosmos. I'm hoping that we'll get along. It's time for an ovation. It's time for us to make a change. It's time for a Chinese New Year. It's time for me to make a way. Swim a lot, and I read a lot. I was there a lot last year. Wept a lot, oh baby you slept a lot. Was left a lot last year. Pleased a lot, baby you seized my heart. And I started to fall last year.
This is the first installment of the podcast, and in this podcast we talk about absolutely anything. And the topic of today's podcast is depression and anxiety. So, if you don't want to be sad, or you don't want to feel bad, then click off the video and fuck off. Today, I'm being joined by special guest, Dr. Edgelord. How are you doing? man?
Hello.
How are you doing?
Very good. Pretty good.
You doing pretty good? What have you been up to today?
I just got done with school. That's about it.
You got done with school, you're still doing school?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up with that?
Slavery.
Slavery? Yeah, that's what I feel like in school. I just can't stand it. So, you have a YouTube channel. I'm going to link
Yeah.
that into the description, by the way. If you guys want to check him out,
Okay.
link in the description. He makes some, commentary style videos where, why don't
pretty
you
old.
explain to the audience what you do?
Okay, me make funny videos sometimes, and then me make constructive commentary video, but with a lot, and I do mean this, a bucket full of edgy content.
Yeah, so his content's not meant for the faint of heart. So if you get offended easily, you should
So-
not watch his videos. Because
So if you're a Chad, you can come on by, but if you're a simp, then that ain't no territory for you, pal.
that's just how it is. Do you have any
But
plans for
thanks.
like content in the future that you think about doing?
Well, I mean, for right now, I'm probably just gonna switch things up a bit. Go on my computer and start making videos on there as well.
Some like gaming content?
Sort of, yeah. I mean, I just gotta find the right games I can play.
You play a lot of Team Fortress 2, is what I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
But I
never
can't really
played it, but
record it. Actually, I think I can record it, but it just stops at some point.
well,
So,
everyone
it's like-
starts somewhere. You could literally record Roblox and just speak over it,
Yeah.
That's what I used to do. I started. My headset fell off my head. I started off 5 years ago with a fucking laptop with like 2 gigs of RAM. I used
Yeah.
this recorder option. It was like you could record the screen in Roblox. It was an option in the settings.
Oh yeah.
That's how I used to
You know, I
record
think-
my content. When I first started. I wouldn't even call it
Yeah.
content because I'd use the stupid YouTube audio library music. It
Yeah.
was horrendous.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me originally, when it came to gaming content, it was more or less like chair, pillow, iPhone, or not really iPhone, iPod. God, I'm like the grandparents of this bitch.
Yeah,
Which was originally like how I used to do like Mind Boy 163 and
I do remember that.
Musha versus Cow.
Yeah, like I was never at that stage. I never recorded anything with a phone or anything because I didn't even have one back then.
Yeah.
You know, like
But I was actually like fairly lucky. But here's the only problem I have with it is you can't hear me at all. It's like like you can barely like hear me, but it's like
it was
I'm just
probably
in the
because you were like
background.
camera shy and you were trying to get used to it.
Yeah,
Like when you start off like that and you're a little kid and shit, it's just
yeah.
obviously you're not really in your comfort zone, are you? You know,
No,
and it gets worse when you become a teenager because people just
it's
become
like
really
when you
judgmental.
become
They
a
find out about
teenager.
your YouTube channel and they're all like, "Oh, you create videos on YouTube, dude? Like, that's kind of cringe, not gonna lie." And they'd be like, "Yo, can you shout me out on your YouTube channel? Yeah, can you give me a
Like,
shout out? I know you're famous and stuff. I'll be your friend."
Yeah.
Like, I swear
Here's the
everyone's
thing.
clout
If I
chasers
like
these
your
days.
content, if I would probably like make a series to help out like smaller creators, you know, and
Yeah.
it's like, well, I really like this content. I really like what he had to present to the table, and I really hope this guy gets more subscribers and stuff like that. It's like something like that, but it's like just in my own opinion, I guess.
Yeah, but you have to have like a decent foundation. Oh, I'm belching a bit. Jesus.
Yeah.
If you want to promote other people's content, you need to have
I,
you need to have some
A
sort
really
of
big
following.
following,
You
I
can't
know.
have like 3 subscribers and they be like, "Yo, can you shout out my channel? I want to reach 1,000 subs." Like it's not realistic.
yeah.
And even if you build a foundation, people can't just expect you to shout out their channel because you grew yourself, you know?
Yeah.
And you'd basically just be giving them subs. It's not fair.
Yeah.
That's not how it
But
should
it's-
work, but people think that is how it works. It's not.
Yeah.
Unless you win like some fucking shout out contest or something like that. And
Yeah.
then again, you'll probably get like 10 subs even if the person has 1,000,000 subs because no one really gives a shit.
Yeah.
Unless you grow yourself and are actually interesting. You know?
Yeah.
But anyway, what was I gonna talk about? Not depression and anxiety. Actually, it's something else that I was gonna talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you ever hate when like you're thinking about something and then you change the topic and then you come back to what you were gonna say and you just can't remember what you were gonna say?
Oh, I hate when that
Yeah,
happens.
that's what's happening right now.
Oh.
All right.
Were we supposed to like talk about like depression?
We'll just talk about the main topic of the podcast because that's the whole fucking point in the first place. But
All right.
so, depression and anxiety,
Okie dokie.
everyone experiences it, in different amounts. Some may
Yeah.
experience it worse than others. Some people may not even experience it at all, or just say that they don't.
Yeah.
But the thing about both of these things, depression and anxiety, it could just be, it doesn't even have to be diagnosed, It could
Yeah.
just be a feeling that you have inside, You don't
Yeah.
have to be diagnosed to feel like you're depressed or to feel like you have anxiety. Even if you feel it really bad, you don't have to be diagnosed to know that you have some sort of feeling of it. So yeah, in a
Yeah.
way, everyone experiences it in different degrees, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I hate when people are like, when someone's not, diagnosed with it. You know, they haven't been
Yeah.
diagnosed. You know, they haven't went to a doctor about it. I hate when people are like, oh yeah, well, it's invalid because you haven't been diagnosed.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes, like, it can be true about that, but it's like,
If you're looking for
Some-
attention
you
and you
could just
don't
be, like,
actually feel that way,
misdiagnosed.
then yeah. Of course.
well, yeah, well, then,
Then you're just a fucking... Then you're just a
yeah,
cockroach.
dickhead.
You're just a cockroach, you know, just looking for attention. You know, and it's very obvious when people are looking for attention, but some people just
Yeah.
are so gullible and they're just like, oh my god, what's wrong? Are you okay? And then they're just like, no, I don't want to talk about it. I don't know, what are your experiences with depression or anxiety? I don't know. We'll talk about depression. What's your experience
Yeah.
like with depression?
I mean, for me, depression is for my reason, it was like in 2018, and it was like around that time, and you know, I had all this trouble that I got into, and you know, people were just like coming in and like saying, "You stop making this type of content," and even though like I really enjoyed making it,
Okay, could you provide
The main
context
thing?
to the audience about what kind of content you were making and how people were getting upset with it, that kind of stuff? Like, tell the story. You know
it was
about
when
what
I,
happened.
like so basically when starting out with the whole edgy content thing,
Yeah.
it was basically this. It was basically very similar to the Lazy Nerd Show, which is a series that I work on, so here and there.
Mm.
But it's like it's very similar, but without like the some of the clips. It had a lot more clips and stuff like that. Um, but the reason why I say like when starting out, it was very rough for me because I didn't have a grasp of like what people were thinking. No one ever like specifically said anything to me about like having a problem with it, even though technically that's my job.
Do you
You
feel
know,
like you have no
I'm supposed
filter?
to take. Uh, I do actually. Like I've actually said like worse shit. Um, like in certain Lazy Nerd shows where I just cut them out completely because they weren't even funny.
Or could that just be like you just saying something racist and there's no punchline to it?
Yeah,
Yeah. So it probably just wouldn't sit
but in
well
this
with
case it
anyone.
was more like but in this case it was more like a self harm joke or whatever.
A self-harm joke.
And I was like talking about like a situation at school where some kid was like crying over a seat I was sitting in, and even though all the chairs in the room are basically the same, and there's two different areas in the room where there are different chairs, but I wasn't sitting in any of those. But I was just sitting in the same chair that everyone else was sitting in.
Yeah.
So So he was just crying about it, and he was just like, like insulting me and all that, and I was like, okay, this is funny. Might want to talk about this, and I did. And the punchline was, "This is so stupid. I really want to, it makes me want to die."
Yeah.
And so a lot of people, which I took a little too far with it, and it eventually
I don't I don't
delved
I
down
don't see
into
what's offensive about that because a lot of people, you know, when they're just like
yeah,
fucking when someone says something so stupid, they're just like, "Oh man, like I just want to kill myself." You know? I'm
yeah,
I'm I'm even guilty of doing that sometimes. You know, where someone would
yeah,
just say something stupid and I'd just be like, "Oh, kill me." You know?
yeah, yeah. I mean, like,
I don't see what's wrong with that.
so like as I yeah, but as I it delved down into like someone complaining about it. I think it's just one person, but it was probably like a lot of people anyway.
Mm.
But it's like then as they complained about it, the school got just called my grandparents told him about it and said that I was like threatening someone.
Threatening
Which
someone.
was
So that's what.
like,
So
it's
that's
like
what
that,
they
it's like,
were.
but I wasn't really threatening anyone.
Yeah. They made it out to
Yeah,
be
I
like
think
you
that-
were, though.
Yeah, and
Okay.
that wasn't really my intention, but and and they said like they didn't care, but it was like really like heartbreaking just to have that told to me every time. Like they would watch my content, by the way. They would review it, and they would just basically like anytime I would say something that was related to basically anything that was edgy, I would get called into an office and a cop would come in and basically like come in every time and would tell me to stop making that. So eventually, with me loving this and loving what I do, eventually it would just lead to me getting really depressed, and then it would lead to the suicidal thoughts. And
Okay, so you've
like,
had thoughts of suicide.
yeah,
And why did you just feel like nobody was
Because-
liking what you were doing? And it made you feel unworthy?
yeah,
Or like just
in some way.
worthless? Basically.
I mean, to be honest with you, like, I felt complete when content. It's like I found my purpose is here.
Yeah.
It's like it's fired from your like, it's like you feel like nothing else anymore.
You feel like
Don't wanna
what,
do
sir?
anything else. Like you feel like you don't want to do anything else.
Oh yeah,
Like,
no, I feel exactly
what
like
your
that with
purpose in
YouTube.
life.
It's just like all I want to do is create content and entertain an audience.
Yeah.
I know you feel that way too. Like I don't think you'd want to do anything else besides YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just kind of one of those things, you know.
I'd rather be edgy than like. I'd rather be edgy, family friendly, and all that.
Oh yeah, no, fuck being family friendly. You
process.
want to be like Ali A or some shit. Like I've heard some shit
I
about
wanna
his
be-
giveaways being like fake. Ali A.
I don't really believe in giveaways at all.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
if I hear
want
that,
to
I'm
join
just
my
like,
free
you
gift
know
card
what?
giveaway. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Like that's fraud.
know-
Like it's not real.
Yeah. And technically that could actually get you in prison.
It could get you in prison, yet they're still
It's like-
doing it, and YouTube isn't doing anything about it.
Yeah.
I find that to be
But it's like
wrong.
it's like.
And you're promoting that to children, gullible children who will
Yeah.
believe you.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Me, I
fucked
don't
up.
really like promoting content to children. Like I have it just for like 13 and up, which is basically like the legal requirement for me anyway.
Yeah.
But it's like, technically what I'm doing is not really like against the law at all. Even though like a lot of people like to make it out to be
I don't think it's against the law.
in some way, which it isn't. It isn't.
See,
It's like
part
they-
of it is that the parents of the children, if the children are watching that
Yeah.
content, it's the parents' fault if the kid sees that. It is not the
Yeah.
content creator's fault. Because it's not
Never.
made for kids.
Never.
Kids shouldn't be watching it.
Yeah.
There is an app called YouTube Kids. It's for kids. That's what they should be watching. They
Yeah.
shouldn't be watching, Filthy Frank or Fitz or, people like that, right? Because it's just not suitable for young kids, Like, well, I don't know.
No.
Like, I'm the kind of kid who, like, I watched anything because I just didn't care.
Oh yeah.
Like, I watched some fucked up shit when I was a kid. Like, I watched Two Girls, One Cup at a really young age.
Oh,
I think I watched that when I was like
watched,
12.
I watched Two Kids, One Sandbox.
Sorry, what?
Two Kids, One Sandbox.
Are they kids?
You don't want me to explain it. You don't want me to explain anything about it.
Yeah, just sandbox. Like, what's happening? Does one kid have a funnel in his fucking mouth, and the other kid's just like pouring sand down his fucking throat?
You see, name's misleading. It has nothing to do with the
Yeah,
sandbox.
there was one. It was called
And it has-
Four Girls like Finger Paint or something, but I never actually saw what it was. But apparently, it has nothing to do with
Yeah.
finger paint. It's literally two girls,
Yeah.
one cup, except it's just four of them.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Enough of that. We're going way off topic, and we're probably making
Yeah.
the audience want to gouge their eyes out and vomit until they die. But
I do that anyway, so I'm sort of used to it.
anyway, so right, you were feeling depressed, and you were sadly having thoughts of suicide.
Yeah.
So where did you go from there? What happened?
I was just very like defiant, and I just kept on working on it. See, like I worked on it in like the class, like in a new school that I was sent to, by the way. Which
Oh,
is
you
one
were
I'm
sent to a
currently
new
going
school
now.
after the situation?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which basically this is for mental health issues.
Yeah.
None at all whatsoever. Because like I was only here for like the depression reasons, but you know that's about it.
Mm.
But it's like for like the jokes and stuff, there really was nothing like mentally ill behind it. It was more like I like doing it.
It's just your sense of humor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I was big into like Filthy Frank and
Oh, me too. Me too. I loved Filthy Frank when I was a kid. Or younger,
Yeah.
anyway. Like, I'm still a kid, but like when I was a few years younger. I remember watching it.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, you know, he's Joji now.
yeah.
Crying emoji.
But you know we got Filthy Frank 2, the white version.
That's you.
There's technically two white versions. I'm my own being. I like to keep myself differentiated from Filthy Frank.
Do you feel like
Even though-
he's inspired you a bit?
Yeah, actually. I like to thank him, but it's like, you know, being like, you know, having like this like stigma where it's like you're a Filthy Frank clone. It's like,
No, like you don't have to identify yourself as the second Filthy Frank. You know?
like I don't really. It's
Because-
like, I'm just like I'm more own person. It's
Yeah,
like, I don't
yeah.
really care if like people say it. It's like, oh, I take it as a compliment. I don't take it as like a critique. You
Because
know?
literally all that Filthy Frank is any commentary channel where someone sits in front of a camera, except he's
Yeah.
just fucking chaotic.
Yeah,
And you know, it's satirical in a way because you know, he's making fun of people on the internet who are retarded.
yeah.
That's all that Filthy Frank is, and it was fucking hilarious. It was really funny,
Yeah.
you know?
Which I basically have done that before as well. It's like I went after people who liked Gacha Life.
Gacha Life. What the fuck is Gacha Life again? Is that like those
it's
stupid
like a-
animation things that you make on your phone?
Yeah, but it's not really.
Or it's like a
animation,
comic
it's
sort of
stop
thing.
motion. Yeah.
With these stupid little like cartoon girl things, like little like 12-year-old girls like making those
Yeah.
stupid fucking comic
Yeah.
things, and then there's like a fucking huge ass watermark made with Viva Video in the top right,
made with Kinshock or whatever it is.
made with Kinemaster. That's what
Yeah.
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
God, like
But it's
like
like-
how did a kid think that was good?
You see,
They just made that and they were like, yeah, people are gonna watch this and enjoy it.
but you know, even like even those like sort of got into those like dark areas as well, and it's like, why would that be suitable for kids?
Why would it not be
Like,
suitable
if
for
you-
kids?
Because it's like, you know, it had like hanging, some sort of sexual stuff,
Hanging.
and
So you can
Yeah.
literally put a character into your scene who's being hanged.
yeah. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I need evidence of this. You need to send me a picture of that.
I will.
Okay.
I will, Dad. You know.
Okay.
But it's like
Because
it's like, you know,
Jesus
it even
fucking
gets into, like-
Christ. What?
It even gets into like slavery.
Slavery. You must be
Yeah.
fucking joking.
Gacha Life, for me anyway, is just really horrible because I would put it on like the same level as like Sonic Sprites from like 2009.
I'm
But at
not
least with,
familiar
like,
with
Sonic
that.
Sprites-
What do you mean by Sonic Sprites? What are they?
So I'll send you like a video, but it's basically the same thing but with like Windows Movie Maker, and it wasn't made on a phone. Basically, it was literally just like with the editing software at the time. It was very limited to like YouTubers back in the day,
So,
which basically was only Windows.
so did you say from 2009?
So from 2009, there was like Sonic Sprites, and they were just in this early development, early stage
Yeah.
of like there was no animation towards it, and even if it was sort of like this walking animation.
Yeah, I just remember back in 2009, like, the whole how to get Club Penguin membership for free with let the bodies hit the floor in the background, and it's like edited with
Yeah.
Windows Movie Maker with those shitty titles and the stupid, like, obnoxious lens flare.
Yeah.
Like, I just love watching those videos. They're so fucking they're like nostalgic
Yeah.
to look back at.
Yeah.
Even
Yo, remember Door Stuck?
do I remember what?
Door Stuck?
Door Stuck.
Door Stuck! Door Stuck! Please!
Door Stuck or Doris Duck?
No, just Door Stuck.
Door Stuck.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Oh my god. Oh, you have no history on like memes and shit, bro.
Man, I don't know what Door Stuck is.
Oh, that's like a popular video from like 12 years ago, I think it was.
The Phantom, exterior like fish eggs, interior like suicide wrist rags. I could exercise you, this could be your phys ed. Cheat on your man, homie. Ah, I tried to sneak through the door, man. Can't make it, the shit's stuck. Out of my way, son! Door stuck! Door stuck! Please! I beg you! We're dead! You're a genuine dick sucker! Yeah, I'm just getting friends.
From 12 years ago. What was the
it
meme
was
back
like a
then? Like
counter-
the dude from, Hitchhiker's Guide. Do you remember he was eating like the chicken drumsticks and he was dancing?
Oh,
Do you remember that one?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
There's that. There was the saxophone
Yeah.
sax dude or something. What was like? When did Doge become a thing? Wasn't that like 2012?
I think that was probably 2012 or probably 2011.
Yeah.
Either one, but I was like, it's like I have like a soft spot for like old internet memes, sort of. I don't
Oh,
really
yeah, me
find
too.
them funny anymore.
They're not funny
But
at
it's
all.
like, I
Even
just-
even ironically, they're not funny.
Yeah, it's like I just find them like nostalgic.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. Yeah, no, like, yeah, there's a soft spot for me in a way, 'cause it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just nice to look back at what memes used to be like, and now they're just unintelligible.
Yeah.
Like
But it
people
reminds me,
laugh
like,
at
when I
free
look back at
Wi-Fi
my-
anywhere you go, and people are just like, ha ha ha, funny.
This is so relatable.
This is so funny, guys.
so funny.
Oh no, the relatable memes are for like the people who actually don't get what memes are.
Yeah.
Like bro, this is my life right now, and it's just like a kid just getting like fucking run over by a dog.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's like, yo, that's me right now, my life's like that, dude.
Yo, bro, that's me.
Relatable.
It's so relatable. Yeah.
Like,
it's
shut
like-
up, Karen.
Yeah. But it's like, you know, when I look back at like old videos and stuff like that, it reminds me of like a simpler time when everyone
Oh,
like
man.
didn't give a shit
Yeah.
about what
I
you made. It was-
feel like you feel that way though, because you were a kid back then. And when you're a kid, you
Yeah.
have no real responsibility. You can just do whatever you want. Just
Yeah.
everything just feels so much better.
Yeah.
I don't know. So you just don't have to worry
But it's-
about fucking people.
Yeah. But it's like, at least back in the day, like, everyone knew you were, like, just joking, you know?
What do you mean?
It was sort of like, it's like, you know how, like, people would, like, make edgy content and all that, and it was, like, really acceptable back in the day?
Yeah.
And for some reason, I think it was, like, 2015, there was a certain shift.
Yeah.
Um,
Where YouTube were censoring a lot of those types of channels.
yeah, and, I mean, it was, like, after 2016, I think that was, but
Mm.
I think it was, like, 2016 that happened, or probably 2015, but it's like somewhere around then, it's like I say, like, edgy channels are like a dying breed
They are.
on this platform.
Leafy's
And a lot of people
channel
are
nearly
like,
got taken down recently.
yeah, it's like you can't be try to be funny or relatable, because it's like you can't do that nowadays because everyone's so sensitive. There are children overtaking the platform, and you just can't be relatable and funny anymore, or make fun of, like, retarded shit on the internet. It's like, you can't do that because now, for some fucking reason in 2015, everyone gave a shit.
I hate to bring up old
Like,
news,
why suddenly...
but it's like Leafy's channel nearly gets taken down for no apparent reason, and then Logan Paul, like, nothing really happens to him when he literally films a dead body.
Yeah.
It makes no
like,
sense. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like, I hate to bring up old news, but he shouldn't have a platform anymore
No.
for doing that. He shouldn't.
No.
But he's still up
But
there,
it's like,
and he's doing perfectly well for himself.
yeah.
And it's kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
Again, I hate to bring up old news, but it's like, and then other people, they're doing 10 times, or they're
Worse.
They're doing 10 times worse for doing absolutely nothing compared to what he did.
Absolutely nothing.
And then Logan Paul gets a slap on the wrist because,
Like, oh man, I know you showed a dead body, Palio, but don't worry. And next thing you know, he tases a dead rat,
Yeah, I remember that too. It's
Yeah.
like, do you have brain damage?
Like, are you mentally stable?
Well, like, obviously, yeah. But when it comes to something that's, like, really bad and really drastic, it's like nothing even happens at all. It's so
Yeah.
fucking backwards.
Yeah. And it's like, what's wrong with you people? Like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you fine?
But enough about that. Like, it's been 2 years, but, like, it still just itches
It's not-
my skin.
Yeah.
That he could do something so horrible like that, and he's just still here.
Yeah. And I still have a platform.
Still have a platform.
And
You just
Yeah.
don't deserve one after that. You don't.
no. You don't deserve a following after that. It's like,
You don't.
you really don't. This is why I really think of, like, moving, like, my platform a little bit.
Where
But
to
it's
fucking
like-
Vimeo?
No. Probably
MySpace?
No.
I don't even think MySpace exists anymore, does it?
It probably does.
Jesus, it probably, like, you probably just go onto the MySpace website and there's literally just dust just appears on your computer screen.
Yeah.
You just have to blow it off.
I hope, like, here's the thing. I actually have, like, a MySpace account. So if anyone watching this, I want you to actually find my MySpace account.
Don't find
Okay.
this MySpace account, guys.
Just trust me, there's nothing on it. There's literally nothing there.
No, it's just like, is MySpace a thing? I don't think it's a thing, is it?
I think it probably is. Again, it like how, like, Minecraft became a thing again? It's like,
Yeah, but
that probably became a thing again.
I don't know, man.
It's like, yeah,
Let me look up MySpace.
probably. Yeah.
MySpace.
Although,
MySpace.com comes up. Oh my god, it actually
You know,
is.
oh,
It's just a lot more
Well,
modern looking.
one of the things, like, speaking about like social media, I got banned on Twitter for no reason.
Wait a second. What the fuck is this? This isn't MySpace. This is just some kind of search engine for like music and
Oh.
videos.
Oh,
Is this what MySpace was?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure.
I mean, I don't really like.
Oh,
have that much
featured
about it.
content on. Hey, you know, I don't really care enough to look into it. You got banned on Twitter?
Yeah,
Why?
for no reason.
For no reason.
Yeah, I was just like, you know, around like that time when I was like trolling like liberals and shit because I was like very like far right, and I was very biased with my thinking.
Wait, so you're Democratic?
No, I was Republican.
Oh, right. I don't know anything
I was
about
d-
politics.
So, like not here in America, but like I know you probably like have some idea of like in your own country.
Yeah, and
You
I
live
don't
in,
really,
like,
I don't really
Ireland-
care for
Ireland?
them, to be honest.
No. But you know, it's like the thing is like I was just like messing with people. I was like saying there are only two genders,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And I
Okay,
was like,
what's your actual opinion on that?
I'm okay with transgenders,
Okay.
but there are still only two genders.
I feel exactly the same way.
Cause it's like I haven't
It's so
haven't, like, changed my mind
complicated
on
with people saying that there's a spectrum on what fucking gender
Yeah.
you are.
It's like here's the thing. Keep it fucking simple. Keep it
Yeah.
simple. You're either male or female. You're nowhere in between.
Or like
You're
like
nowhere
there's
in
like you can be both. I don't care. Just don't be on a spectrum. It's like how are we supposed to know what you are?
Yeah, it's like just make it
And
easy
then
for
they
us.
get offended when you
say that. Like it's,
when you
well,
say
it's
they're
a-
a he or a she, because that's what they look
Yeah.
like. I know. It's just like, oh, but you're making assumptions.
but it's like that's what I'm used to.
Yeah, like that's what they don't understand either.
Yeah.
You know, it's we've been brought up to think about it that way, and I don't
Yeah.
think it's gonna change anytime soon because it's, in my opinion, it's just why should it change?
Yeah.
What is the point in that? Like you can, if you feel like you want to be the other gender, then
You know,
you're then
like,
that's
you know, I like-
totally
I
an
like how, like,
option
some-
for you. You can do
I like
that.
how like some like websites have like this a selection of like
Non-binary.
male, female, or other. That's it.
Yeah. But then there's like
It's like,
just
you
the whole
know-
binary, non-binary thing too.
Yeah.
In certain websites.
And it's like, you know, they got the full-on list of like what gender you are, and it's like, it's like what? Why?
I don't know. Personally, I don't understand it. I've looked into it a bit,
Yeah.
and it just doesn't make sense to me. You know,
It really doesn't.
like what? Like they say there's more than two genders. How many are there?
Yeah.
But they say, oh no, it's a spectrum.
They're like, there could be many more. You know, they say there's 32, but there could be many more.
They don't. There's no number to
What?
it. There is no number to it.
There really isn't.
Yeah.
It's like,
There's no
You know,
number to it. It's like, oh, infinite possibilities. Like you could be a fucking toaster if you wanted to. That's why
I
everyone's
am
making
known
fun of it though,
as-
because it's ridiculous.
yeah. Yeah. It's like, you know, like the whole Apache attack helicopter joke.
Oh yeah, I sexually
Like,
identify as an
I-
attack helicopter.
I sexually identify as Smith & Wesson.
I sexually identify as an AT2020 microphone.
I sexually identify as Nintendo, the company.
I sexually identify as a fucking company.
I am Nintendo now. Nintendo belongs to
I am
me.
the embodiment of Nintendo. Yeah, but that's kind of how I feel about it. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, like, God, this is gonna get dislikes.
Oh
This
yeah.
is gonna get major dislikes from
Oh yeah.
students.
Oh yeah.
But you know, in my opinion, a dislike and a like is the same thing. You're still rating the video, so
Yeah.
you go ahead and dislike
Like-
it.
You go ahead and hate video.
You go ahead and give me hate.
You know-
I don't care. Alright, I really
You
don't.
know what they say? Hey, you know, actually, to be honest, actually, hate is a good thing because it actually, for some reason, it is on like YouTube. So if you're really hated,
Yeah,
like you're just gonna grow to the top, on like for some odd reason.
that is kind of true. Like there are very famous YouTubers who just people don't
Who,
like.
said like offensive shit and got disliked for it, and it don't even matter. They're still here.
Yeah, but I don't even feel like I'm saying anything offensive because a lot of people have the same opinion as I do.
Yeah.
But then there's gonna be that one person who just clicks on the video and they just type a big long fucking paragraph just dissecting everything that I
Yeah.
said, and they actually say, well, actually here you're wrong because according to the law of arithmetic of the blah blah blah.
Feminism.org.
See, where did having an opinion go?
You see, you know, there are two different things that I like to ask about that is like where did having an opinion go, and why does your opinion, you know, trump like everything I'm giving you, you know?
Exactly, because it's
like-
as like they give their opinion and you respect it, and then
Yeah.
you give your opinion, and then they turn into a fucking mythical dragon and they try to take you down.
Yeah. You know, like just recently like with the the thing that I was like going on about where I said like it happened again, you know, 2018 all over again. For me.
What was that?
With the school like coming in and like saying something
Oh,
about
yeah.
it. Like I gave my opinion, but it didn't really matter because it was like my opinion trumps your opinion and blah 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 blah, and it's like
Yeah,
Well, what
I
happened
hate
to
that. You,
proving-
like they take away your platform to defend yourself,
yeah, and
and
it's
they
like,
just say, "No, you're wrong.
you know,
You're
like,
wrong."
I
You know?
it's like, you know, you're wrong because of this reason, and I have like full like fucking script right now, and it's like it goes into full detail of where they're wrong, where they went wrong, and why they should have made other choices instead of just like, well, now you can't even make an edgy video. Okay. I mean, like, I don't mind. It could be something different
Dude,
from what I
you're-
normally
you're
do.
You're 17 years old, right? You should be able to make. You should be able to have some sort of
This-
decision. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, they're treating me like as they like explain like the repercussions of like what my job entails. It's like I understand that people will get offended. Here's the thing,
I don't care.
I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, people getting easily offended by someone walking down the street waving to them, like saying hi, and it's like that's sexual
Oh my
harassment.
god, you're doing the Nazi salute. Did you just salute Hitler?
Hail Hitler. Yes, Hail Hitler.
Yeah, they're literally waving at you, arm fucking bent, and they're like, "Oh my god,
Yeah, and it's like
bro!"
It's like they're saying, yeah, you're doing the Nazi salute. You know, what if I actually
No,
did
that's
American
that's a
salute?
joke, by the way, guys. That's never happened to me. Let's
like
let's
it made-
continue on with your
Yeah,
depression
let's
and
get-
stuff. So
Yeah, suicide.
we were like talking about how you were dealing with it and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, how did you deal with it? You know?
I just basically like made friends and shit like that, and it's sort of like
Yeah, because
And I sort of, like,
you're a
socialize
really
with people.
extroverted guy, right? So you find it really easy to
Yeah.
talk to people. I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It's like I talk to people and I make jokes with them, and then when eventually I got better at like making edgy jokes, like in front of actual people, it more or less gave me like this confidence that I got better at it. You know, it's like a Rocky training montage. I'm just like training for the big fucking fight,
Yeah.
and it's like, but I'm just training to like get back into like the zone, you know.
Yeah, man. That's a good analogy. I like that.
But I got back into the zone, and it's like, and I feel very confident, and I actually like see a bit of an improvement from like if I compare 2018 me to like today me, I would say today me is like the best version of me,
Yeah, man.
because it's the more like funny one, it's the more relatable, it's the more, well, still
More developed.
it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I could see like some like growth in me as well, like being the bigger man, because it's like I found growth and all that, and I even like said to myself, like I gave up a good school, potential scholarships, and sports, basically football shit like that I could have played in, and I gave up the people there, all for like edgy jokes, all to be an edgy comedian.
Yeah.
Greatest fucking choice of my life. Greatest choice of my life.
So that's cool. So how content for the future wise, like what do you plan on doing? I know I asked this before, but you didn't answer.
I don't like. I want to do like collabs with like certain.
Actually, no, you did
channels.
answer, but you didn't really go much into detail. Sorry. Yeah, you can continue.
No. Well, I'm not really gonna make edgy content for right now because I'm gonna save that.
Okay.
For something special next year.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get into detail on it because it's a very secretive thing.
Okay.
But all I can say is it's for next year.
Right.
And basically, for right now, I'm probably going to focus on more serious type of content while doing like video game recordings and stuff like that,
Okay, that sounds cool.
and probably just doing something else. Because I don't want to like in 2018, like I pissed off the Hornet set by just doing the thing over and over, even though they told me not to. So for right now, I'm just gonna do like my own thing.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna come out with a certain edgy video at a later date. But that's basically my plan for right now. But I am willing to like do voice acting and stuff like that.
Voice acting. Okay, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
I like the idea of voice
Which
acting,
is-
to be honest.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to
Because
dabble
like
in a bit.
I want to do it like with other content creators, like certain channels. But I know that I have to be like 18 years and older to do it. And it's like, which is sad because it's like
what is that for? Like getting
nobody's-
paid and shit.
Yeah.
Fair.
But it's like, why not act like Hollywood for a sec here? They let children in.
They
let them
do,
do
but that's with
drugs.
like parents' permission and like contracts and all these sort of things.
Yeah.
Well, drugs. That's kind
I
of
wouldn't mind
that's a
doing it.
totally different part of it.
Yeah.
Like the director,
They
like
would-
Steven Spielberg doesn't get the fucking kid like behind the scenes, and he's like, "Yeah, hey dude, you want to smoke this blunt, dude? Yo, do you want me to pass the booth real quick?"
Yo, bro. This white powder is sugar. But it's not the type of sugar you put in your coffee. No, you sniff this sugar. And you sniff it real good.
You sniff it like a rainbow stick.
You sniff a rainbow stick, and it make you. It's called LSD.
It smells really
I
nice.
think that's what it's
I
called.
think you might want to.
Smells
I
really
think you might
nice.
want to sniff it. I don't know what Steven Spielberg sounds like.
I do, but it's like I can even match his voice.
What's he have like a deep gravelly voice?
It's more high-pitched.
Spielberg? I need to piss. Okay. Anyway, right. So you talked about, how you dealt with depression and shit like that. So you'd say you're a lot better now.
I mean, depression does come back here and there. It's not something
Yeah,
you
of
can
course.
fully get rid of,
Of course.
but it's like,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, no, I totally understand that.
yeah.
So it's just a lot more manageable than it used to be, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right, so personally, my experience with depression and stuff, it actually it actually started from a really young age.
Oh,
Yeah, so I could have been like 10 or 11 years old. But like, man, I don't know. I just felt like didn't fit in, with anyone.
I mean, I sort of feel the same way. I felt that way in like, because it was like, but for me anyway, it was more or less transitioning from like, a school where like everyone fought each other for like 5 seconds every day.
Yeah.
Like it just kept on having like 5 seconds, there would be a fight, and then another 5 seconds, there's another fight, and everyone was just very like negative towards each other,
Yeah.
and it was like coming from that environment to just a school where like everyone's like so chill and like different.
Yeah.
It was sort of hard to get used to, and I think that's basically like the main thing about it.
I never got to experience that because, like, we call high school secondary school here. And, yeah, no, just everything is just chaotic.
Yeah,
And it's just stressful.
but like
That's
like-
how, that's kind of how my anxiety and shit got bad. Like, it's just, like, socializing and shit just wasn't, like, it's a
Yeah.
lot better now because I've been going to therapy a lot. So I can actually manage those kind of things. Guys, here's one thing. This isn't about depression, this is about anxiety, right? If you're dealing with social anxiety or any form of anxiety, like the real feeling of anxiety, right, is that you just don't feel like you're safe.
yeah,
That is the actual feeling of anxiety. You just don't feel safe,
mhm,
but like maybe you feel anxiety because you're out in public and there's a lot of people around and you think they're looking
Yeah.
at you and you think they're talking shit about you. That is an actual feeling of unsafety, if that's a word.
yeah,
I don't know if that's a word, but you actually feel unsafe. But you have to, you actually have to think to yourself. You actually have to think, I'm safe.
yeah,
Nothing's going to happen. I'm fine. The worst case scenario, somebody might say something a little bit insulting,
yeah.
but that's a reflection on them, not on you, right?
I'd say like the one quality like about me is like even if like I am very anxious, it's like I still go on ahead and just like walk down the street and like my mind would just say like, "Yo, man, some crackhead's gonna come out and rob you." And it's like that's not gonna happen. And I walk down the street and guess what? Nothing happens.
Wait, so you've actually thought that before?
Yeah,
Seriously. I mean, yeah, I get that. Like, I'd walk home at night and I think, like, somebody's, like, following me. You
yeah,
know, that shit, like, freaks me out sometimes, but it's
yeah.
not as bad as, like, the social part of it. But I literally just
Mhm.
think to myself, I'm safe. It's fine. Nothing's gonna happen.
Mhm.
Or another way to deal with anxiety is to ground yourself. And there's a lot of
Mhm.
different ways of doing that. You know, you could do the 4-7-8 breathing technique or the 4-2-4. You know, just 4 seconds in, hold for 7 seconds, out for 8. If you're walking, you know, breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 2, breathe out for 4.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could just listen to sounds around you, you know.
Yeah.
Or you could literally just pay attention more to, you know, how your feet feel on the ground as you walk.
Yeah.
Or one thing that I do that actually works a lot is to think about a fruit. Alright, that sounds really weird.
Banana.
Banana. Like you could think about an orange, right? And you just think about
Yeah.
everything about the orange. What color is the orange? It's orange. What does it look like? It's, you know, it's a sphere.
A little bit coarse on the, you know, it feels a little coarse.
Yeah, the texture. Like how
Little-
what's it feel like? You know, what does the orange
The- you know,
taste like?
Once you like take a bit of a knife and you take the peel off, it's a little mushy on the inside, you know.
Yeah, it has like these little, you know, sort of string bits that you can peel off,
Yeah.
and when you eat it, like it's, you know, has sort of a citrus taste, obviously. And it's kind of
Mhm.
sweet, but a little bit sour at the same time.
Yeah.
But don't you feel a lot more calm that you've just talked about a fucking orange?
Yeah.
It takes attention away from thinking about the situation you're in. You know, maybe you're walking down the
Mhm.
street and there's a lot of people about and you feel like they're looking at you. Just
Yeah.
think about a fruit, you know, think about all the qualities of the fruit. And
Mhm.
just breathe
Yeah.
and just know that you're safe. Right?
Yeah.
Now, this might not work for some people. Everyone has different levels of
Their own little
anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
But there are different coping mechanisms. You could look some up online. Or if you want to get into therapy, you could literally ask your therapist, you know, different coping mechanisms and stuff like that.
A
And it will help
therapist,
you
I would like
a lot
help
in the
with
long
my
run.
banana problem,
You know?
please.
So yeah, that's just what I have to say. Like there's not really much to say. Like I've dealt with anxiety. I still am dealing with it. It's not fun. But I've also dealt with depression a lot. More anxiety. So I hope you guys found this podcast insightful. Maybe you learned a thing or two. You know, maybe you had anxiety, maybe what I told you might help, or maybe I've, you know, inspired you to, you know, get help in any sort of way. Don't stay silent about it. It just makes the problem worse.
Yeah. Or maybe I've inspired you to follow your dreams.
I don't know how you would have done that. How would you have done that?
I mean, I think I just basically explained it the best way is just to keep going at it, like,
Hell yeah.
but just in secrecy. But it's like,
Hell yeah.
you know, just keep going at it. It don't matter.
It doesn't matter
People say it's like-
what other people think, as cliche as that is. And yeah, of course you're going to care what people think. Even if you feel that way, don't stop yourself from doing what you want to do.
Doing what you love.
Yeah. Or
Because
some gay
guess
shit
what?
like that.
If you've watched this podcast, I'm going to hang that shit over your head because I made you famous. I gave you the will to survive.
And
I
he
will
gets
hang that
50% of your revenue.
over your head. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, man, like you don't have to abide to the laws of society or whatever bullshit, right? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like people don't understand. You can do whatever you fucking want.
Yeah.
You could be a stripper if you wanted to be.
And I mean to be
I
honest.
mean,
it's-
I wouldn't mind being a male-esque. No, never. I would. I'm not into that shit. I mean, if you're making money though,
I think this is
if
a
you're making money
revelation,
though,
man.
like, you know, maybe it is a good, you know, career path.
I mean, if you're making money, but you know, it's like
Mm.
it depends.
You know, like sex is
As
great.
long as you're not getting hurt,
Sex is pretty cool.
it's fine.
I've had sex before. Totally. Alright, anyway, thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. So, yeah, you've probably learned some shit. I don't fucking know. I've been joined by Dr. Edgelord. His YouTube channel is in the description if you want to check that out. He explained what, you know, he already does on the channel. So, if you're interested, check him out. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the ... podcast. And I'll see you later.